Okay, so have you ever had this happen? You're working on like this massive Excel sheet.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got data like sprawling everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're like way down in the weeds somewhere and you need to get back to the very beginning,
Right.
to the top. But it would take like forever to scroll all the way back up there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Super frustrating, right?
It is. It
Well,
is.
don't despair because today on our deep dive, we're going to show you how to avoid that whole mess.
We are. Okay, great.
We are diving into those little known Excel shortcuts.
Ooh, I love shortcuts.
Me too. They can be total game changers, right?
They really can. They save so much time.
Exactly. And they kind of make you feel like an Excel ninja.
A little bit, yeah, like a power user.
Totally. So to help us unlock these secrets, we have our Excel expert with us today.
Happy to be here.
Glad to have you.
Hmm.
Now, to get us started, can you give us a sense of what we're talking about here? What kind of shortcuts are really going to make a difference for people?
So there are tons of shortcuts out there, but one of the most basic and perhaps overlooked is Control plus Home.
Control plus Home. Okay.
Oh,
What does that do exactly?
it takes you right back to the start of your spreadsheet.
Beginning, start. Okay.
Huh?
Does that mean like cell A1?
You got it. Straight to cell A1 no matter where you are in the sheet.
Wow. Okay, so no more endless scrolling.
Nope, gone.
Just bam, right back to the top.
Exactly.
So just how much time can this actually save someone, though?
Oh, you'd be surprised. It might seem like a small thing, but those seconds you save scrolling add up. Especially if you're dealing with really big, complex spreadsheets.
Oh, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely spent way too long scrolling through spreadsheets before.
It's a common pain point, for sure.
It is. It is. You know, sometimes you get so lost in the data that you forget where you even started.
And then you end up having to scroll all the way back up just to reorient yourself. It's a pain.
It is. Okay, so Control plus Home. That's our magic spell.
It is. Think of it as your reset button.
Love it. Okay, so now let's say I'm deep in my spreadsheet.
Okay.
I've got data filtered, really narrowed down my view.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit Control plus Home, will it take me to the first visible cell or just A1, regardless?
That's a great question. So Control plus Home always goes to A1,
Okay.
but there's a variation on the shortcut you can use if you want the first visible cell after filtering.
Ooh,
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Control plus Shift plus Home.
Okay, Control plus Shift plus Home.
Yes.
Got it. So how does that work exactly?
So it selects everything from your current cell to the top of your data set. But, and here's the key, it respects any filters you've got going on.
Ah, so it's like a filtered Control plus Home.
Exactly.
That's super useful.
It is, especially when you're working with like huge data sets and you've really narrowed things down with your filters.
Yeah, I can see that being a lifesaver.
Definitely.
So these shortcuts, they're kind of like hidden superpowers in Excel, right?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
It's like once you learn them, you're suddenly operating on a whole new level.
For sure. It changes how you approach Excel. Instead of just clicking around, you're like giving direct commands.
It's like speaking the language of Excel fluently.
Absolutely.
So any other advice for folks who are just starting to explore the world of shortcuts?
Honestly, just be curious. Don't be afraid to experiment. Poke around in those menus. Look for those keyboard shortcuts listed next to the commands.
Right.
And if you find something that looks interesting, try it out.
Love it. And I bet there are even shortcuts out there that experienced Excel users might not know about.
Oh, definitely. There are always new ones being added. And even if you've been using Excel for years, there's always more to learn.
It's like anything. The more you practice, the more you discover.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive into the world of Excel shortcuts. Starting with, of course, the ever-so-useful Cret plus Home.
It's a game changer.
It really is. Who knew 2 little keys could make such a big difference? But here's a thought for our listeners as we wrap up.
Okay.
We've talked about how shortcuts can save time. But what if they could also spark creativity in how we use Excel? Could mastering these shortcuts lead us to think differently about our spreadsheets? To approach problems in new and innovative ways? That's something to ponder. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.